Hey guys, it's Ashley. I just wanted to do an extra little video to talk a little bit more about your power hour and some tips that I have for you guys for your power hour. I plan on doing a training in a week or I don't know, coming up soon, more about time management and how to find some more time during your day. But here are some tips for you to take into consideration now. I know that a lot of you have already gone through Coach Basics. You already know what a power hour is. You've watched the video. If not, go back to that post that I posted today in Team Fearless and make sure that you watch those videos on power hours because this is the lifeblood of our business. And you really do not need a full day to grow this business. If you are consistent with this power hour, it's like a snowball effect. If you stop doing your power hour, basically your snow is going to melt. So you want to keep going so that you can create that big snowball to get rolling down the hill and get you some momentum. There are days that maybe I work a little harder. There are days that I just show up and do what I need to do. So depending on your goals, you need to figure out what you need to do. I promise you guys that if you guys just show up every single day and do this power hour, here's my tip number one. Focus on the activities that you're doing. Focus on what you're doing during those power hours. Don't put too much focus on the outcome that you're looking for because I promise you that will come. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but if you stick to, 30 days of your power hour straight, I promise you that you are going to see results and it's going to pay off. It's kind of like our fitness journey. We're not going to see results overnight. It's just like this business. You're not going to see results overnight. So if you do this every single day, you're going to start to see results. And then if you keep doing it, once you start seeing results, it's just going to basically, give you the momentum to keep going. But you can't stop no matter where you're at. And that's something that you need to remember. Your power hour needs to be consistent all of the time, not just when you're not doing good. It needs to be consistent when you're doing good, when you're having bad days, when you're having good days, no matter what. So my tips are schedule it out the night before. Take a look at your schedule. Where can you fit in those times? Where can you fit in what you need to be doing? You need to be using the to-do list that's already in our file section in Team Fearless. And if you haven't looked at that, Sam created this. It is amazing. It basically says what you need to do every single day. You can print it out. You can put it on your phone, whatever you need to do, and just check that off as you go along through your day. Follow the power of threes, or if your goals are bigger, follow a different method of what you need to be doing. And if you are curious about the breakdown of that, you can get a hold of me and send me over your goals. What are you looking to do? And I will break down for you how many people you should be talking to, how many people you should be inviting, that sort of thing. So the next thing with that is you should be tracking what you're doing. Right now, I'm not talking about tracking who you're talking to. I'm talking about tracking what you're doing every day. Are you sending out new invites? Are you just doing follow-ups? Are you talking to the same people? It's just kind of like this. So what I do is I take just a regular sheet of paper and I will write on there, and I do this in my planner too, depending where I'm at. So I'll write on there new invites, follow-ups, new coach invites, coach follow-ups, and new conversations. So while I'm doing my power hour, or if I'm out and about and I'm squeezing in some 10 minutes here while I'm waiting for the kids or something like that, I can just tally mark on there what I did every single day. And at the end of the day, I will make a total. I'll put it into my calendar. And then at the end of the week, I total it all and I take a look at what I did. I'll give you an example. Last week, I did this for the first time in a long time. This is why I know it's important to do. Because if you're not tracking what you're doing, you don't know what you need to change. So what I did is I tracked that every single day and I saw what I was doing. I had a ton of new invites. I had a ton of follow-ups. I had a little bit of new coach invites. I had a ton of coach follow-ups. And then I had an average amount of new conversations. The problem there is I want to grow my team. I have big goals for this year. I have big goals for Team Fearless. So if you see out of those things that I was doing, obviously this week I need to up my game with those new coach invites. That's where I was lacking. I would have never figured that out unless I tracked it. So that is definitely something you should track and figure out the tracking method that works best for you. But you should be tracking your activity. You should also be tracking who you're talking to, and this is something that you, again, need to find a way that works for you. I have tried everything, so if you want some recommendations, you can ask me, but there are different things out there like Evernote, there is Asana, there is, right now I'm using Streak, which Samantha sent me onto, but basically what you really want to be doing is tracking who you're talking to and tracking who you need to follow up with. Who did you send a link to? If you sent a video to somebody, you need to be checking up with them in 2 or 3 days. If you sent a link to somebody, you need to be checking up with them in 2 days. And you know, even though I bounce around and try to find the right system for me, you may just be a pen and paper kind of person, and that's who I was for a long time. I still have a lot of my notebooks that I use to write people's name down. The best part about this is not only are you not going to lose people through the cracks, you can go back and follow up with these people like months later. I know that when you're in Facebook Messenger, that you can go back on things, but there's things you're gonna miss. Sometimes I see different things when I'm on my computer, or it just pops out differently than on my phone. So this way I can go back. I know everybody that's ever been in a sneak peek with me, and I can follow up with those people. I know everybody I talked to last year because I was using Evernote for most of the year last year. So I was able to print off every person that I talked to and, you know, work on going back and following up with each and every one of them. It is important, no matter what system you use, to be tracking those people. So my last tip, let me see, I wrote it down, for you is that find a spot in a place where you can do your power hour that is beneficial for you. So for me, the past week or so, I've actually been leaving the house. I've been going to either Starbucks or this local coffee shop, or I will just leave my desk because I do work from home anyways. So sometimes it's really distracting because I see my other work and the other things I need to do. So I'll either go outside, I'll even sit on the couch and do it. I know a lot of people say don't do that or don't sit in your bed, but when I'm away from everything else I need to be doing, then I can just focus on my power hour. Obviously, stay out of the notifications, and just make sure you're tracking what you're doing through your power hour. If you say, okay, I'm going to do my power hour from 11 to 1 or 11 to 12, and you're tracking what you're doing, you're like, I didn't do anything. You probably were Facebook scrolling the whole time, and that's not going to be productive. If you need to track, like, whose page you went to and how many comments you left on different people's pages and stuff, do that. But if you're not, again, I feel like a broken record in this video and it's getting long, so I'm going to end it. But if you're not tracking what you're doing, you won't know what you need to fix. So those are my tips for you. Stay tuned for more on time management. And I am loving everybody that's participating in the Coach Basics that's going on in Team Fearless. If you haven't started already, you can go back to day 1. All of the posts are there. We would love to see your whys. We would love for everybody to just participate in this because it's just going to help your business. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.